Welcome to Lawfolds Farm, episode 33, with me, MrSealyp. I decided that what better way to start my potato empire than if I buy a field with potatoes in it which I can harvest. Those then can be my seed base. So technically I'm investing in a field, I'm getting potatoes out of it which I can sell or store. Storing them means I can use them for seed for the next time I do potatoes, maybe on a bigger field or whatever I choose to do. So I'm kind of, in a bizarre way, saving money. Does that make any sense? Probably not. They want 178,000 for this field though, but it is a 4.6 hectare field. So I want to buy it. We now own I didn't even look at the field number. Field number 9. Field number 9 is now ours. Mine, not ours, it's mine. And there are potatoes in it. So I will be leasing a potato harvester, cracking on with these, and I'll be storing them right over that direction somewhere at Lawfolds in the root crop storage building. And then I can use those as seed for whichever field I choose to do next. I might buy another one or something like that. I don't really know yet. I might reseed this one again, or I might do one, like I said, closer over there, use this one for something else. At the moment, I don't know what. Possibly increasing my soybean empire. A lot of empire building going on, I feel, on this map. This is a kind of, my statement, my legacy to the world. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, I'm going to probably do some more wood chipping. That's what my default setting is, wood chipping, really, when I haven't got much to do. I've got seeders still going on field 26 and on fields 28, 29, 31 combined. That's all being seeded with soybean at the moment. The slurrying was all done. I've got all that done. I did some slurry, some fertilising, just to speed the whole process up. Yeah, it's all good. Now, on my way to sell wood chips, using my shortcut across the top of the map to Aberdeen grain, I've noticed that Field 11 is ready for its colossal silage harvest, and it is going to be colossal. Now, I've already done a silage harvest on this map. I did it when I had corn on fields 28, 29. I think was it before I made it into 31 as well? Not sure. I bought this field specifically to do this, to fill up one of the bunker silos here at the biogas plant. If you want to watch the silage harvest, whiz back over and have a look at that. I can't remember what episode it was, that's the annoying thing. If not, I'll do a couple of little kind of snippets of me doing it, but I'm not going to do a full silage episode. Just a few little bits here and there of me using the forage harvester, unloading the forage harvester, and obviously loading or putting the chaff into the biogas plant. I am going to buy a wheel load this time. Got the money sitting there. I'm not sure whether I'm going to buy the JCB or the Liebherr one, actually. I haven't quite decided that, and I'm going to get the manure fork on the front to make life a bit easier, because I found using the manure fork on drummard was easier than using the bucket. Just a personal preference. So that's going to be coming up next. So I'm going to have a fair amount. When I say a fair amount, I mean a huge amount of chaff going into that bunker silo. That's the plan. I have got some other fields over by Lawfold that need doing. Field 32, 34, one of those fields. I'll just check actually. So one of those fields, field 33, has yet to be touched. Since the start of the game, that field has had wheat in it, I believe, and I haven't harvested that once. This one has been harvested, I put barley back in it. This one was harvested and I put canola, oilseed rape back into it. As you can see, this is being seeded as we speak, as is 26. That I've never touched. So I suppose technically I could go down. Problem is at the moment I don't need any straw bales. Not that that's the only reason to do those harvests. I mean, I could repurpose those fields for something else, I suppose. But yeah, but I think my more pressing, well, it's not a pressing concern, but it's field 11. It's ready, so you know what? That's going to be the next job on the list. The corn looks good. It looks ready for chaffing. Waste of corn, I guess, but it's much better as chaff than it is as corn. Let's get this thing ready. This should be quite impressive, hopefully. So, workers set. What I need to do now, let's get the lorry going alongside and let's see how we get on. To make this process a little bit easier. Change cruise control. Cruise control down to 6. Let's go alongside, hopefully that'll work. Down 1 notch. Perfect. Right, cruise control's good to go. So I haven't got to worry too much now. It's just a case of steering, really. To say that the yield is insane is a slight understatement. That's nearly a full load in one strip. It's 59,000 litres for one strip. I think we're going to get a fair bit of chaff off this field. So it was well worth everything that we've done. Now this hasn't been ploughed because I put the ploughing back on. This field wasn't initially ploughed. So I don't know whether or not if I did it again, if I were to do it again, if I re-ploughed it, whether you'd get a higher yield still. I assume you would. Okay, that's it full. Now I need to turn this off because I don't want the workers sitting here. Eating into my profit margin while he's just sitting waiting. And biogas plant is just here. That's why I decided to do it on this field, because when I did the last silage harvest, it was right over by the farm and it was quite a trek backwards and forwards for loading and unloading. This is going to be much better. It'd be even better if there was no fence around the biogas plant. I could nip in the back. Maybe. Oh, I can't because there's a wall here. Maybe not then. Just have to wait for a really good price on silage. Like I say, I think last time on this I got 1669 or 1664, I think it was, for 1,000 litres, provided I kept the conveyor belts running. That's the price it stayed at. It did plummet quite a lot when the conveyor belt spluttered and sort of paused. If I can get a higher price than that, well, the sky's the limit really. I'm going to start filling this further back this time. I've got a funny feeling that the amount I'm going to get off this field, I wouldn't say fill this, I think this will probably take about 2 million litres or something ridiculous. If I go back a little bit further than halfway, maybe about here. If it does go further than that, I can just unload from the other end. And that's what 59,000 litres looks like. Okay. Why is that train not closing? There we go. Back over. This will now carry on for some time. This is probably a little bit crackers, but I'm over at field number 23. And it's got corn in it that's ready to harvest. And I'm just looking at the size of it. It is huge. And it's only 487,000. So, I mean, at the end of the day, why wouldn't you buy it? I mean, it's another field, and it's a load more corn. So, yeah, we own another field. It's all going brilliantly. Loving it. So there it is, directly opposite. Probably twice the size of this, maybe third again, I don't know. I have every intention of now spending probably the next, I don't know, 4 hours just silaging, just chaffing the hell out of this, and see if I can fill that bunker silo. And I mean properly fill it. Yeah, it's going to take a while. See you on the dark side, and it really will be probably dark by the time I'm done. On the map and in real life, I would imagine. Having just bought that other big field, I've had a bit of a crackpot scheme, a bit of an idea form in my head. What I've decided to do, and you've got to speculate to accumulate. I haven't bought these, I've leased them. What I'm going to do, I think, is hook one of these up to the forage harvester. So I can set a worker and the forage harvester can get on with filling one of these up. I'll have the other one on the lorry. So when it's full, I swap them over. Put the empty one onto the forage harvester so he can carry on while I take the other one to unload. So then by the time I come back from unloading, the other one should be almost full, and I just keep swapping trailers. That way I haven't got any wasted time where I'm sort of redundant, where I'm just sitting next to the harvester, trudging along next to it. That way I can just do the carting while the actual worker does the work. That should work. There's absolutely no reason why that's not going to be the best plan ever. So I'm going to hook this one up, get the worker set off and let him carry on, and I'll go and get the other trailer, and then hopefully I'll just go backwards and forwards ferrying chaff and unloading, and that way the worker can carry on going. He's got no redundant time, I've got no redundant time, and everyone's happy, I think. Let's see how that works out though first. Assuming of course this hooks up, which it should do. It's not just a Krone trailer, it should hook up to this like so. Oh, you beauty, right. And now set a worker, and he's already missed a bit. That's not a good start, but okay. Hopefully you can turn around without too much of an issue. Away he goes. Okay. jump in the lorry, whiz down, get the other one. By the time I come back, he's probably going to be almost full. I'll just keep swapping the trailers over. That way I can get it done twice as quick, in theory. Get that one done over there as well, and yeah, silage away to our heart's content. I will buy a wheel loader. I'm thinking I'm going to go with a Leased rather than the JCB, because I've used the JCB quite a lot on different maps. I did think about downloading the New Holland, but it's another download, and I haven't used the Leased one, so probably going to use the Leased wheel loader. I know I mentioned that before, but I probably will now. That's the beauty of when you buy these lorries, getting the back attacher means you can hook up to anything. Open that up. Brilliant, and get over there. Some considerable amount of time has passed. I have completed the silage harvest, but only on field 11 at the moment. I have got 1,452,809 litres in this bunker silo so far, and I haven't even touched field 23 yet. This I will fill, no problem at all, and I will start on the next one as well. At the moment I am just compacting it a little bit. I did go for the JCB. In all honesty I didn't. I went for the Leased. The Leased, as I was piling up and trying to get the stack better, wouldn't get up the slope. Didn't have the horsepower to get up the slope. So I went for the JCB 435S again. I didn't go for the dual wheels at the front. I thought I'd try it single and see how I got on, and it's working fine actually, not too bad at all. Got the manure fork again, which is what I said I would do. Silage fork, not manure fork, whatever. So just compacting this down a bit. It's actually not taking as long as I thought because I was going to. The two trailer idea with the two Krone trailers has worked brilliantly. It's made life so much easier and so much quicker. I'm not spending loads of time sitting, driving along next to the forage harvester when I could just be transporting backwards and forwards. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update. I have set off the Valtra on field 11 ploughing, because it hasn't been ploughed yet, so that's been ploughing along behind the silage harvest, and that's over halfway done now. I've also put some fertiliser onto field 21 because that hit its first growth stage, so that's now fully fertilised and can be left to grow. So next up then is hitting field 23, and that's going to take even longer. I've been playing in real time, haven't sped anything up, there's been no need to, so I'm not sure what time I started. I'll have to check back on that when I do the editing, but it's been a while. So I'm going to keep plodding on with this, carry on doing a little bit of compacting, and then I'm going to crack on with this, well, carry on with the silage harvest, but on field 23, my slightly crazy new purchase. But in all honesty, for the amount of money it was, it's going to be worth every single penny. Plus, I then own that field, so it's not not a waste of money at all. I will see you probably much later when I've got a lot more in here. Well, that has to be the craziest day ever, and when I say day I mean day. That eclipsed the mammoth harvest I did on Christmas Eve on Chellington. That took 5 hours. I've been playing this in real time. I set off the forage harvester on field 11 at 8:06 in the morning. It's now 4:09 in the afternoon in real time. That's 8 hours. Now, I have done a couple of other little bits. I set off for fertiliser spraying a couple of times, ploughing on field 11 and field 23. I did have to fertiliser spray field 26, 27, 28, 29, 31 because they went into their first growth state over the course of the day. But that's a minimal amount of time. The rest of it was spent doing this. Now, in this one, I have got 2,904 litres. In this one, I've got 848,180 litres. Total combined 2,849,084 litres. It is absolutely bonkers off of those two fields. Now, here's the interesting thing though. Off of field 11 I had about 1,450,000 litres, which means that 1,400,000 litres came off the second field. Field 23 was much bigger. However, it hadn't been fertilised, it hadn't been ploughed, it hadn't been looked after at all, whereas field 11, whilst it hadn't been ploughed, had 3 fertiliser states. If field 23 had 3 fertiliser states, I would have easily got 4 million litres, I reckon. At least 3 million, but yeah, anyway. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So, blanket silo. Blanket silo. Wow. Okay. It's like winning the lottery and then being told you can't have your money for a week, you know, that kind of insanity. Knowing that this is all sitting here, and when I sell it, it's going to be worth an absolute fortune, but I can't do anything with it until it's fermented. There you go. This thing has been absolutely fantastic, worth its weight in gold. Glad I bought it. The lorry, well, all of my vehicles with ploughing, with this backwards and forwards, the forage harvester, have all required topping up of tanks and things, fuel tanks, and worker wages and fertiliser where I've been doing spraying. It has cost me a big chunk of money. I think once I'd bought field 9, which is just over here, with potatoes in, then I bought field 23, then I bought this, and then I leased the 2 Krone trailers. I think I started the episode off on about 1,400,000 and something pounds I had from doing the soybean harvest. That took me down to about 800,000 once I'd bought all of that stuff. I'm now on 745, so I've spent about 50,000. That's no exaggeration. About 50 grand has been on worker wages, fuel for the vehicles, fertiliser for the spreaders. It has been expensive, but £50,000 when you consider even at £1,000 for 1,000 litres, I've got potentially £2.8 million sitting there. That's if it's only 1,000. It's been at about 1,500 and it's highest at 1,700. There's a lot of money sitting there. This, I mean, the big soybean harvest made a big difference because that meant I could afford field 23 and various different things. But this will be a game changer for the farm. More fields, more animals, more livestock, more vehicles. It can all kind of snowball from here. But anyway, yeah, wow, that was just, what a day. I now need to do something else, and that thing I'm going to need to do now is, yeah, look, silage is going up 1,728 and climbing. As long as that stays high between now and when that's fermented. Woohoo! Anyway, what was I going to do? Yeah, I've neglected the animals. They are, well, I mean, they're not in the red, any of them, but they're all going to need feed topping up. So I think I need to put a bit of effort into them. This lorry is looking absolutely filthy. That has been backwards and forwards. I don't think I'll do any wood chipping. I think I'm going to go and have a lie down. That's probably the best bet. Well, I can't do that actually until I've sorted the animals out. This thing is going to get a well-deserved wash. 8 hours on the go constantly. Amazing. Awesome. Go and grab a tractor with a bucket and sort the pigs out, and then work my way around all the animals, I suppose. Make sure they're all good to go. These fields are all good. Don't need anything else doing to them now, they can just grow right the way through. Lots more soybean. These could probably all do with a wash actually, but yeah. After the insanity of the last few hours, you probably think corn's the last thing I want to be looking at. But I do need to finish off this harvest on field 4, which was the one I'd stopped to do the soybean harvest, then realised that other things that could be done that were ready, and it all just got a little bit out of hand. So let's open this back out. There we go. Okay. Let's come over just a little bit, I think, so I don't miss any on the left. And off we go. Excuse me. That's it for this episode. It has been, yeah, like I said, absolutely nuts. The animals are sorted. I've been round, topped them all up, fed them all, made sure they're all happy. It's now, well, 5:10. Another day has whizzed by. I'm going to get a few jobs done off screen. I might harvest field 32, get the OSR off of it, kind of free up that field. I need to get some fertiliser on field 23. That's all ploughed. That took ages, and then that'll be ready for seeding. As is field 11, so I need to get seed in both of those, otherwise they're just sitting there a bit dormant at the moment. So I might do some of that off screen. We'll see how we go. And as far as the American outback, the sort of response has been a little bit mixed, really. People aren't raving about it. They're not. I don't know. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So I haven't made my mind up. But anyway, that is the end of the episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to share the video, please be my guest. And I forgot about commenting. I'm all out of sync. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.